Hey guys, Zero here. Just doing a quick update sort of video to update everybody on what's going on. I thought about not doing this and waiting until my year-end wrap-up to do this, but I don't feel like it's good that I keep stuff for my audience. I mean, obviously there's personal life stuff that I do want to keep to myself, but this is something that I want to be real with. So, I don't know if anybody's noticed, because I tried to hide it as best I could, but for the last few months, I have not been well. I've been stressed. I've had anxiety. I've broken down a few times, but I never talked about it publicly because when I would stream or make my videos, that's when I felt joy. That's when I felt the most joy in these last few months. So I'm just going to cut to the chase. There are the updates coming, but I want to get this out of the way first. As most of you know, I work in IT. And in February, I had a 6-month contract that turned into a 5-month contract due to budget. And I thought I was going to be off for quite a while. But then, needless to say, another job came through that I found out through my connections at my previous job. And I ended up getting hired there a week after. There was a week between when I left the previous job and went into the new job. So I had a week off in between them. So, and this was a much bigger company than the one I worked for before. And they had quite a few employees, not just in across the entire company, but in IT. Like the previous company I worked for only had 3 or 4 IT staff. This one had a whole team. There's like 20 of us. So I did this job, and I thought this was going to be the job that I had to retirement because it was full-time. It was the first IT job I've had in a long time that was not contract. It was full-time. They paid pretty well, so I was happy. Since leaving a job 2 jobs ago and getting the contract job in September of last year, the happiest I've ever been. Because I was finally working in my field on a regular basis, and then now I was overjoyed because I was getting a job, and it was going to be full time, and they had benefits and a pension and all these things, and it was unionized and all this stuff. And I thought this was great. This is going to be the job that I get until I retire. This is the what they call the American dream, even though I'm Canadian. But 6 months in, I had a review, which is normal, and they were happy with my customer service, my ability to talk with people, and most of my technical knowledge, but they had a few things they wanted as improvements. And there were 3 major things, and I ticked 2 of 3 of those boxes. And what they said is because of it, because there were such major things, they were going to put me on another 3 months probation. Which, when I heard that, immediately from that point on until what we're good to get to, I've been stressed. It's always been something in the back of my mind. If you know anything about anxiety, it always lingers in the back of your mind. And I would always tell myself, I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. On top of this, at the same time, was the busiest moment because I don't know if you guys know what a refresh is, but in the IT world, a refresh is when you replace all the computers, monitors, any other old technology with new technology. And this was supposed to happen during August, before I had my review. Well, due to a shipping error, everything got pushed back. So in the holiday season, we were doing work we should have done months ago because we couldn't because of shipping. So on top of that, I was doing that and doing this extra stuff they wanted me to do. And it was a lot of work. There were things where I would work on my lunch breaks there to the point where just to get stuff done. So I was working myself to the bone. And then last Wednesday, I had another review with them. And something I anticipated happening, they weren't happy and they let me go. Needless to say, I was devastated because this, I'd worked my entire life my entire career to get a job like this, because I don't know if you know this, but most IT jobs are contract. Very few are full time. And this was kind of like my break, like my lucky break. And I feel like I squandered it. And partially was my fault, but it was partially also just the amount of things they wanted, what their expectations were. And I just was unable to meet those expectations. So no, I didn't do anything illegal. I didn't get let go because I did anything illegal or anything, sketchy or anything like that. It was because it wasn't working out, essentially. So for those past 3 months, that's always been looming over me. And part of me is relieved because now I'm not going to be as stressed anymore, though I still think about it. So anxiety is still doing what it's supposed to do. To make me think I'm worse than I am. But I want to apologize that I didn't say anything to anybody during that time period, that maybe I should have asked for help. There's this Twitter post I had where, they say they put one thing and then they put the solution and then they put the lines around it to get to a different solution. I think it was knowing what the problem is, and the middle part that you danced around was seeking help, and then the final part was suffering in silence. And that's what I did. And I only did that because I didn't want to make other people stressed from my stress. And I realized that's not the good way to do things. I know that's not the good way to do things, but in my mind, I've thought, this is my problem. I don't want to upset anybody else with this. And I hope I don't get emotional. I'm trying not to get emotional, but I really tried. And I said I came home that day when I got let go. And I said to my folks, I'm like, I tried my hardest, but, it didn't work out. So that being said, I'm going to get into the update portion here. I'm going to have a lot of free time, because I've decided I'm going to take the rest of this year, whatever month and a half left, off to focus on me. I'm still going to be applying for jobs, and obviously I'm going to try to apply for EI, even though I probably won't qualify because I was let go, not laid off or anything. But I'm going to try to apply for it anyways, because I partially feel like I was unjustly let go, but I'm not the one who makes the decision. So one thing I've decided to do is, as you may have noticed, this previous Sunday, I did my first Sunday stream. Well, not my first, but the first one I want to do on a regular basis. I'm going to start adding Sunday to my streaming schedule. So I'm going to be streaming Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Sunday, that time might fluctuate because we tend to eat in my household later than usual. So that could be fluctuating, but that's not abnormal for me. I have a bunch of videos I want to get done. I just released a review for Remembrance Day, so that's gone up. Go check that out if you want to. It's on the game Tiny Metal, Full Metal Rumble, which I was given a review code for. And I have a few other games that I've gotten review codes for that I'm going to do videos on. Just a ton of other content that I want to get up. I've got podcasts, I've got other things. But yeah, I'm going to focus more on my channel and growing, my audience on not just YouTube, but Twitch, because I've been able to grow quite a following there. I think I've got 150 followers, which might not seem like a lot, but in the scheme of Twitch, that's actually quite a bit. So it is what it is. But there is something else I want to talk about real quick, because I haven't really told you guys about it. I've hinted at it and mentioned it, but I haven't really talked about it. So let's get into that. So some of you may have heard me mention that I've been losing weight. So just to get a long story short, because some people know, because I post on my personal Facebook about it, and I'm friends with some people, both online and personal there. So on July 8th, the day after my birthday, I went to see my doctor, and he had bad news. He said, I have to diagnose you with type 2 diabetes, which I wasn't shocked by. I was always a big guy, and I knew this day was coming. And, but he said to me, he's like, you need to go on a diet now. And I agreed, because I have not eaten well for a long time. I let myself go. And part of that is stress. Part of that is just addiction. You know, there's that famous thing edit that my buddy Soda made. Don't record when you're addicted to food, because he cut up stuff that I said. But yeah, so I was immediately put on a diet. And so for the past few months, I've lost a ton of weight. I've been put on what's called the South Beach diet. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like keto on crack is what I say. Basically, it's a low sugar, low carb diet, no breads, no fruit, meat in moderation, and lots of veggies. There are certain things, like I can't eat carrots because they're too starchy. I obviously can't eat potatoes because they're full of carbs. Mostly bread products I can't eat, and fruit, which I thought was a shocker, but it's interesting to note that was one of the things that was making me diabetic, because of all the sugar that's in fruit. Like, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a nutrition. We're taught fruit is good for you. And, you know, they are full of nutrients and whatnot, but they're also full of sugar. So it's one of those things to eat in moderation. And I'm a pig. I would snack constantly. I would eat all the time. But yeah, it's something that I would do. And so as of the 8th, he put me on a strict diet. For the first few months, I was writing down everything I did. So in the South Beach diet, what I explained was phase 1. Normally you move over to phase 2, but my doctor wants me to stay on phase 1 so that I don't, whatever. I have a doctor's appointment with him tomorrow. I'm recording this on the 11th, but you guys probably aren't going to see this until later. I'll probably put a text on the screen where I'm at, but I was 471 before I started this diet. 471 pounds, almost 500 pounds. My prediction is that, and I've been losing weight constantly, my prediction is that I will be under 400 pounds as of when this video goes live, which was my first goal. And I also am happy to say that since my last doctor visit, which was a month ago, I'm no longer diabetic. So I wouldn't say cured myself, but I have cured myself of diabetes by going on this diet. And that's something that's very positive in my life, because I've needed something positive. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'll try to stand up and show you. This is my Stop Skeletons from Fighting shirt, which is 5X. And it's pretty baggy on me now. As you can probably tell, it's kind of baggy on me, because I've lost so much weight. This used to be the size of shirt I had to wear, 5X, because anything lower was tight on me. But I recently, I have a lot of Yeti shirts, specifically the Monster Hunter Hunting Club ones, and those would be tight on me. Now I can wear them, and they're not tight. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm losing weight on a diet, and I can continue to lose weight. And I'm trying not to get emotional, but it's very, very assuring that I'm finally... There might be a point where I might not be the big fat guy anymore. And that's really, really exciting. So yeah, that's been one of the positive things in my life. It hasn't all been negative. But yeah, so I already talked a little bit about what I'm working on. I'm going to be trying to get more content out there for you guys, because working on content it gives me joy. It's been one of the few things that has given me joy. Getting to stream twice a week was something I would look forward to for the last few months. I looked forward to it because it meant that I could interact with people, and I've really enjoyed doing Twitch streaming on the regular. I've done it for over a year now, and excuse me, by the way, for sniffling. And I want to do more of that. I'm not anywhere near partner status. I don't think I ever will be. But, I'm going to try my best to increase my viewership, because I love streaming. It's getting me to play some of the games in my library, which need to be played. Just a few announcements for streaming. I'm going to be streaming the new Pokemon games. I'm doing a solo playthrough, but I'm also going to do a stream file that I'm going to play for people in the stream. So if you want to come back to that, I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sundays are going to be more for co-ops, so it's not going to be the same block party thing where I have a bunch of people in my chat talking to me while I'm streaming. That's going to be more for like playing games co-op and whatnot. I have a ton I have some reviews planned, specifically possibly a second one for November. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it, and definitely something in December is coming out. And then I'm planning my top 10 list of games of the year for 2019 for January 2020. A lot of content I'm planning. A lot of Let's Play stuff. I have 16-Bit Winter just started. If you don't know what that is, it's a thing I host where myself and other Let's Players can play 16-bit games for over the course of winter, from November to March, or to April, I should say. It's open to anybody. If you want, there's a link in the description with the rules where you can get the intro and all this stuff, and where you can share your videos, because I'm going to be making a playlist with all the videos for 16-Bit Winter. So definitely, you know, if you're a content creator or a Let's Player or whatever, and you want, or a streamer, and you want to get in on this, definitely go check it out. I will be streaming 16-bit games as well, but Pokemon's coming out, so I won't do that. But yeah, I have some planned. I'm doing a collab with Brother Kirby, which will be going up soon on my Let's Play channel for that. But yeah, I've got a lot of ideas.
Hey guys, one thing I also forgot to mention is I'm going to start doing editing and Photoshop commissions, just like for graphics or videos or whatnot. So I don't have like set prices or anything, but if you DM me on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, we can talk about it and go from there. Yeah, just so I can do some freelance stuff while I'm not working. But yeah.
A lot of people might be wondering with this video how you can support me, and I don't want to make this an e-bagging video. I just wanted to make this an update video, let you guys know what's going on. But if you want to support me, I have said the many ways you can support me before. This is obviously holiday time, so I don't expect people to, you know, help me financially, but, you know, just liking my videos, sharing them means the world. Share them on your social media. Share them to people you might think you like them. That means the world. Because the more viewership I can get, the more opportunities I can get to do more reviews and do more streams and whatnot. Come out to my streams, just say hi, maybe. And you know, like I stream 3 times a week, so there's definitely going to be an opportunity for somebody to come in and say hi. I'd love to be able to build my community more. I think I'm going to make my Discord server public sooner rather than later. I've been sitting on it for an entire year. I'm going to be talking to my friend Jacato. He's going to help me integrate Discord and Twitch and all this stuff, because he does that for a living, essentially. So, and he's not even a partner. So I'm going to talk to him, and he's going to help me out. So there'll probably be a Discord link eventually. And then I've got Patreon. Like I've mentioned before, you can support me on Patreon, patreon.com/Zeromaster. I have new videos going up. I have new behind-the-scenes stuff I'm working on. I'm working on commentaries, behind-the-scenes stuff for videos, outtakes, stuff like that. It's been slow because I haven't had as much time, but I'm working on it more now. And if you want to support me on Twitch, if you got like Amazon Prime or something, and you want to use your Twitch Prime sub one of the months for me, you know, I would appreciate that. I have one emote, and I have a second one coming out for higher tier subscribers, so that's coming. And I'm hoping I can get more, up to 15 subscribers, so I can do another tier 1 emote, because I have a few emotes I want to do, but I don't want to make them expensive. So yeah, just coming out of the streams is great. Anyways, guys, I don't want to make this video any much longer than it already is. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been supportive and been helping me. I appreciate it. I will see you in my next video. Take care.